If you're a fan of the fall colors, and a surprising number of people are, you are probably in your glory right now. The trees around here are displaying their usual splendor and maybe even a little more than usual. Joining us tonight to talk about it, we are happy to welcome a research scientist in forest genomics, Ian Major. Thanks for speaking with us tonight, Ian. Really appreciate it.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Your biography says that you're interested in the photosynthesis of trees. We all kind of learned about that process in school, but I'm thinking this is kind of an underrated phenomenon, isn't it? Trees and plant turning light into food. It's really quite amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite remarkable. And the compounds and proteins that are involved in photosynthesis are, I think they're the most abundant compounds in the world. So
Wow.
it's incredible the scale at which um, everything green out there is at the base of turning the sun's energy into a format that we can all use,
And
sugars.
is photosynthesis the process related to why trees turn color in the fall?
It's a little bit. So the changing colors in fall is the process whereby the trees are preparing for winter. So they're kind of shutting down this photosynthesis, making their sugars, and so those green colors that are important for photosynthesis start to slowly go away. They fade away, and then we're left with the brilliant yellows, oranges, and reds that we associate with the fall.
Yeah, so
Um,
the trees aren't actually turning color. It's the absence of the chlorophyll that is revealing the other colors. Do I have that right?
So that's quite correct for the yellows and the oranges. So those are carotenoids. Those are the same pigments that give carrots and pumpkins, for example, their orange colors. But the reds, those are anthocyanins, and those are the same colors that are responsible for reds and darker colors in strawberries, blueberries.
Hmm.
So those are made at the end of the year. So and that comes along with the nice warm days and cool nights.
I feel like I should know this, but I just don't off the top of my head. Do specific types of trees turn specific colors every year, or does it vary based on climate and weather and that kind of thing?
So it does depend on the species. I mean, I think we're quite blessed in the north or the east of Canada.
Mhm.
A lot of the red colors are associated with sugar maple, red maple, and some several oaks,
Mhm.
and so those are quite specific to our region of the world. And then some of the bright golden yellows are things like aspens, cottonwoods, birch. Yeah, so it's kind of species dependent, but then also it can also depend on the climate.
All right, so as you know, we have had an exceptionally dry year here in the Maritime provinces. I know you've been dry in Quebec as well, and parts of Ontario. A lot of people say that they notice the leaves turning early because of presumably the dry weather. So why does that happen?
Yeah, so that's true. I mean, so in general, the trees they don't have the benefit of a long range weather forecast. So they're preparing for winter from cues from the environment. Normally, that's the shortening of the days. Temperature also makes a difference. But it's now pretty well known that drought can have a pretty strong effect. So summer droughts that causes stress in the trees, and they kind of I mean the peripheral leaves will kind of shut down, and they'll go through an early senescence. So we can see a early change in colors from summer droughts,
So if
and
we,
that
if
can.
if the opposite happened, sorry to interrupt, if the opposite happened and we had a really wet year, would fall be kind of delayed, or is it again, as you say, more a direct result of the shorter days and the cooler temperatures?
Well, it's a little bit of everything. And so the timing has a pretty strong effect as well. So
Mhm.
yeah, it depends when the precipitation falls. So precipitation kind of in the summer, I don't think it will necessarily delay the changing color, but precipitation when we normally expect the autumnal colors to occur in late September and October, that
Mhm.
can delay the changing colors, and it can also shorten that period where we see the changing colors.
I
So there are
know
kind
this
of
is,
lots of
yeah. I know we've only got about 30 seconds left, and I just have to ask you this, and I know this is not necessarily your field of expertise, but a lot of us every year go out and rake up hundreds of bags of leaves all over our property and our lawns. Would we be better off mulching all of that and leaving it in the grass, or is it okay to rake them up, bag them up?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a field of research around that topic. So I think that's kind of a lot of that is maybe individual preference. My personal preference, I kind of would lean more toward leaving the leaves where they are and mulching them.
Enjoying them as they lay. Ian, we'll have to leave it there. I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thanks very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Ian Major is a research scientist in forest genomics, joining us tonight from Quebec City to reveal some of the mysteries of the fall foliage. Stay with us. We'll be right back.